Hey, good morning, guys. There's Mohammed, gonna let him in. You guys
When
hear me?
Grandma and Papa are.
Oh, there we go. I heard Holly.
Yeah. Here, you want to see what I just cooked?
I'd love to.
Where's my flip button? That right there is a lot of spaghetti.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good right now.
I make my
9 a.m.
own spaghetti sauce because I have an onion allergy. And so I said, rather than make one batch right now, I'm going to make 2 batches so that Grandma and Papa can feed it to the kids next week when we're gone.
Nice. That's thinking ahead. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks delicious, Holly.
Mom, what are you gonna do while you?
Mommy's going to conference. All right, everybody doing good this morning? I see Angie, Eric, Prasad. Prasad, how's your new stuff coming along? What stage are you at in the licensing course? Can you hear me, Prasad? There he is. Prasad, can you hear me? If you're talking, I can't hear you, bud. But listen, I'm just going to keep today's meeting short. What a huddle this morning. Who was on the huddle? Nice. It was good stuff, right? Jeff Billman just delivering the goods today. Mohammed, you missed a killer one. Unless you raise your hands, I think you're frozen.
Hey, Mark, funny story. The Kyle Sarsevich that was on there.
Yeah.
He was an old pizza rep for me.
No way.
Yeah, when I saw his name pop up before, I was like, "Is that no way?" And I'm looking him up, and he actually had his camera on today, so I saw him. It's funny because I was thinking about him, but I didn't have his contact information, so I couldn't get a hold of him. And
No way.
he's on a different team now.
You're kidding. Who hired him?
Kevin Walder.
Oh my gosh. So he's with the Gillums.
Yep.
Randy.
Yeah, he's a good guy too. He's a real good guy.
That's awesome. You know what, guys? That's a great lesson. Now Randy's got a story like that too when this guy becomes a big success. Some of you may not know him yet, but you probably will after conference. I've got a good friend, good Prasad. That's great. He just chatted, put in the chat, training's going good. Well, before I get to my story, I want to welcome Nathan Lavacek. Did I say that right?
Absolutely.
Nice. I didn't even ask for hints or anything. But I want to welcome Nathan. He's new to the team. He's here in Arizona. And guys, if it's any inspiration to you and talking to new agents, new hires, again, Nathan's here in Arizona with me. Really funny how we met, actually. I'm working on some entrepreneurial stuff outside of this, as you guys know. And my son, Billy, said, "Oh my gosh, my friend Pierce." Now, Billy's just turned sophomore in high school. And he said, "Hey, my friend Pierce has a friend doing that same thing." And I'm like, "Really?" And I said, "Well, what's his name?" He said, "He's Nathan." And I said, "Well, I'm gonna call Nathan and see what he's doing on this front." So me and Nathan got to know each other maybe a week ago. He's my son's friend's older friend, right? What are you, 22?
I'm just 20, and I knew your son's friend through a band practically. So
Yeah,
we were
drumline,
playing
right?
music together, and now I'm here, part of the team. I'm glad to be here though.
I saw Pierce jamming on, I don't know if it was Snapchat or what, but he was jamming on a guitar yesterday. I knew he was a great drummer. I didn't know he also played guitar. That's pretty amazing. I'm a drummer too, so us drummers stick together, guys. But it's just, I was really inspired by Nathan. He's got an entrepreneurial mindset. We talked very briefly about Symmetry because that was not the focus of our initial call. We were just getting to know each other for an activity that we both are doing outside of Symmetry. And when I told him, this is what I do to fuel my other businesses, he said, "Well, send me the video." So I did, and next thing you know, he's registered for conference, booked the hotel, and we're going to see him, Thursday morning or Wednesday night. So super excited about that. And so it's not too late, guys, for anybody you're talking to. Again, pro tip, if you find anybody that's like, it's just last minute, maybe it's not in their budget. Frontier Airlines does partner with Uplift. Other airlines do as well. I just know because I looked it up for another agent in California. You could finance your flights, maybe 10 bucks a month, 11 bucks a month instead of paying for the whole thing. Plenty of people looking for roommates if hotel's an issue. Again, everybody's in different places when they come to Symmetry. And when I first came here, most of you know my story. I just asked Steve Devine if he wanted to do it. My buddy from high school, he said, sure. We had no clue what we were getting involved in. Conference was a month away. I said, I'm not flying in North Carolina I just started this thing, right? I was one of those. And thankfully, my mentor kept on me. So I said, well, Steve, I guess we got to figure it out. So we piled 5 or 6 guys in a van down by the river, and we drove 11 hours to North Carolina. Yeah, exactly, Randy. And it changed my life, right? I got the vision. I got to talk to some, 6-7 figure earners. I got to meet Ashley Tarr, who, again, her in the home presentation, even though it's kind of the analog version, it's when we were actually working in the home. It's still highly effective. And I'm glad I mentioned it because Randy said he was listening to it yesterday. So Nathan, it's like drinking from a fire hose. As I'm sure you know already, we're going to be hitting you with all kinds of stuff. Oh, I got it. Oh, that's 2 Erics. Hi, Eric Brooks. I just got to talk to Eric Brooks yesterday. So guys, super pumped to meet some of you for the first time in person at conference. And Nathan, I think you're the only one who is a first timer to this meeting. This meeting's a little smaller. It's a little more intimate, totally optional, but it's our Newbauer Roundup for my base shop. Our agency has close to 100 agents nationwide right now. But my base shop are people that are just direct to me right now. And again, come and drink from the well if you choose. And if you don't, you're getting everything you need out of the huddles, the national call, and of course our Monday morning call at 10:30. So you'll be attending orientation tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Betsy, I'll gladly handle it, or we can co-host. And because she's been kind enough to take the last 2, and I took the 2 before her. But anyway, I'm just so thankful for Betsy, one of my favorite business partners. Really making a difference here, guys. So to prep for conference, as you probably heard on the national call, no suits this year, right? It used to be, don't you dare wear jeans to conference. Now it's, hey, wear your jeans. So COVID changed everything. Try to look nice, right? My wardrobe's like Richie Rich. Remember that kid? When you open his closet, it was the same outfit, like 100 of them. So I just wear a button-down shirt and jeans pretty much every day wherever I go, and that pretty much suits about any event these days, outside of weddings and funerals. So I would just recommend, look sharp, right? Be presentable. You're going to be meeting new people. You're going to be making first impressions, but there's no need for suits or sport jackets or anything like that. More than welcome to sizzle if you want to. I might bring a sport jacket. And also what I would highly recommend, guys, go to Target, your favorite office supply store, Walmart, Office Depot, whatever. Or if you got Amazon Prime, which I love because you can usually get things next day, order yourself a couple of notebooks, right? Get yourself a couple notebooks, a couple pens, make sure you're organized. This is not something that you just want to passively absorb, right? We really want to practice intentional listening here. That is an activity. It can be tricky, right? Intentional listening, because listening sounds like it's a passive activity, but it's not. It's a very focused activity, and it's one that most of us don't have focus for. I still find myself once in a while falling off the wagon when it comes to reading the books of the month. I've got so many of them here. I'm loving it, getting little things from each. But that 10 pages a day, guys, that consistency, right? It's not easy for some. It is very simple though, right? You're just reading 10 pages, but very, very easy to lose focus fast. So bring your notebooks, bring your pens, bring your phones, snapshots, all that stuff's welcome. If you're in a breakout session, just like those, those college classrooms when a kid will just drop off his recorder and leave and go to Starbucks or whatever. I don't recommend leaving, but you can record the sessions. And I highly recommend it. Record some sessions, take some pictures of the slideshows. Really pay attention to the people you'll be learning from, because many of them, best/worst case example would be a Marlon Faulkner, right? Who Jeff talked about on the call today. I know Marlon. I love Marlon. He's a character. He's an inspiration. But 7 years ago, Marlon was homeless, unless you count a car as a home. And he found a shirt that was somewhat presentable. And he went to conference because someone told him, how much worse could things get? You got to get here, right? We're where we are because of the decisions we've made to now. We're where we are now because of who we are now. And wow, does that take a big, heavy lift of the ego for some of us, right? To realize that every single thing that is happening in your life right now is as a result of the decisions that you've made, right? So we've put ourselves here for better and for worse. All of us have things we can improve on, right? Life's a journey. We learn in yoga that you will never reach perfection. The journey of yoga is to be reaching toward perfection, right? You're always reaching toward perfection. Perfect's kind of no fun, actually. There's not much left to do after that. So you always want to be reaching toward perfection. And I can't encourage you guys enough, again, to just make sure that with that in mind, you're really working on yourself each and every day. The book of the month is probably one of the best ways you can do that. What I love about Symmetry is what they don't say, hey guys, the best thing you can do is work on yourself and then leave it at that, right? They give us the tools. They give us the resources. We've got group coaching. Has anybody here, I know Eric Rush has, anybody here yet taken advantage of, and Angie, I believe you have too, of the coaching sessions, the small group coaching sessions that Symmetry offers? You guys might want to look into it. Randy, you might want to look into it. I say that.
It's on my list of things.
Okay, good. A list of things. What's the list though? And that could be a list of things that never do ever.
Oh no, it's on the list. It's on the list. It'll happen. It's on that list of to do things.
Awesome. No, I kid, but I think you'll get a lot out of that. I am here. I know you're there, Eric. I heard you on the call. No problem, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. So does anybody have any questions about conference before I just go over a few small tips that I may have even covered some last week, but we're getting super close now. Any questions right off the bat? Anybody has?
Mark, I actually have a question.
Angie, when are you going to share?
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I'm moving, so my house is a disaster. It's a lot going on over here.
Congrats, by the way.
I have the event app, so the agent event app, and I was looking at it to make sure that I'm registered for the breakout sessions and things like that. And this might be a silly question, but on the first day in the morning, it has like the different, like there's a cook one, there's a Pappas one, there's other ones. Are we supposed to go with our own group, or is that like an opportunity to listen in on other people? Because it didn't really specify.
That I know. I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't notice that, but in for that morning meeting, you definitely want to sign up for the cook one. So
okay, just making sure.
See, I can't log in yet. I'm still having trouble, and I'm using the password. Kim, do you know on this app, are we using the password that we have for Quility?
Yeah, that's how I logged in, Mark.
Yeah, that's how I logged in also. My, like, basically my HQ login.
That's weird. Mine says incorrect password, and I know I'm using the right one.
Mine was by the email, and then it sent me a number to type in for my confirmation.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, it did?
So if you put, yeah, mine was like your name, then it was the email that's attached to your Quility, and then it sent me a verification code to get in.
That's right. It does send you a text every time you log in. But whoever does not have it, I would say definitely get it, because it has the whole schedule on there, but then it has the breakout sessions. So like the coaching opportunities and things that Mark was just talking about, like the Activate and things like that, there's different breakout sessions depending on where you're at in the business wise, whether you're newer or a little bit more ahead and things like that.
What
So it
was
was
the
really
one that
helpful.
you were? What was the one you were talking about? Because I don't see that on here.
Are you talking to Mark or are you talking to me, Randy?
I'm talking to you.
Okay.
The cook.
What was your question?
You were talking about which group to sign up for. I don't. What is that on?
It's on
Thursday?
day. Hold on. Let me pull up my.
Sorry, Mark. We hijacked it.
Yeah, we did.
I'm actually
Give me
texting
just
you
a
to read
second.
what might be wrong with mine. I'm glad you did it.
It's Thursday morning, 9 a.m.
Thank you, David.
Oh, mine's just like a large block. It doesn't actually.
So you have to go
I spoke
to.
the last few days.
I know.
Mohammed, how you
So
doing?
I'm talking your sister, right?
No, my sister-in-law.
Your sister-in-law. I talked a couple times. We have an appointment today to take the application.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Okay then.
I'm working out of here one day a week.
No problem. Okay. Is it 12 yet? Oh, yeah. It's like good afternoon now, right?
Good afternoon.
Okay, Randy, are you still there?
Hold on, I gotta
I
get.
am. Yes.
I was like, I don't think
thought-
Mohammed knows.
Guys,
he's
I thought that
unmuted.
was. I thought that was relevant for a second. I had to
Okay.
mute him.
So for anyone who's logged in, if you along the bottom you have those icons, and Randy, if you see in the bottom right hand corner, it's those. And I'm
Yeah.
also logged in on my phone, so I don't know if you're on the phone or the computer.
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Okay, so those three lines in the bottom right corner, it'll say. Okay, hold on. Now I'm ahead of myself because now I lost it. Where
Well,
did I
I
find?
I just flipped to the all sessions side and it shows like the plus sign next to the Cookmaster meeting and stuff like that. But it doesn't
that's
show
what-
it on my schedule. It just has it blocked as like an entire day of one thing. It's weird.
Oh yeah, when you go to day by day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Other
was
than
confused
Friday,
about
we-
that because I saw AO stuff on there and I was like, I don't think that's for me.
Yeah.
But I just made sure just in case because some of the breakout sessions said like limited seating. So I just made sure to register for those ones. Because I know those are like not always held in the main area. They're like in different rooms.
Yeah. And Mark, you said to sign up for the Cook one, right?
Yeah, you definitely want to sign up for that one. I'm sorry. No, I'm glad you guys are doing this because I'm actually.
What about the
wondering-
My SFG team manager meeting at 8:30 on Thursday? Are we supposed to sign up for that?
Which what's the
No,
name of
I
that
think
one?
that's actually another agency. The Thursday morning is just the cook group because that's at 9 o'clock.
Guys, you know
Okay.
what's funny? So you guys won't have this problem. I had the old Quility events app and I just didn't realize that. So I now have one is dark teal and one's light teal. It was the light teal. So I think I found it.
Randy, where did you say it was? Because now I can't get back to it.
So
I don't
if
know what
you
I'm doing
look,
wrong.
can you see my phone?
Okay, hold on. Let me
So
go back.
I
to
went to, it has my schedule and it has all sessions. I just clicked on all
Oh.
sessions and it has it like broken down now.
Okay. My little Zoom box is covering it. Okay, there we go.
So Kim,
you.
our admins, real quick question for people like Nathan, Prasad, although Prasad, I think you're in. If you are unlicensed, as long as you fill out onboarding, you will get a login for HQ. Is that correct?
Yes, they can get the credentials once they finished all the applications.
They don't need to do licensing, right? Because they're unlicensed, but if they complete onboarding, they will get a Quility login. Is that correct? A temporary one?
Yes.
Okay.
Same with the other agents of Randy. They get the credentials.
So Nathan and Randy and anybody with new agents who are like, I wish I knew what they were talking about right now. I can't get into this app. You're going to want to fill out your onboarding ASAP. Nathan, did you receive that email from onboarding@quility.com?
Yes, I've got my app open right now, or Is
Oh,
that what we were looking at? Or?
Yeah, he's good to go.
Okay, great. All right, you're in.
All right, for sure.
Okay, you guys are gonna leave the calls then. All right, just kidding. All right, so, now that I'm in my app, where are the breakout sessions on this? What tab?
So if you go to all sessions is where it has it listed, but on my schedule, if you go to Friday, it actually has the breakout sessions, but that was the only day that showed for me anything on it other than registration on. But under all sessions, it breaks it down by day, by what meeting it is. And you have to hit the plus sign to join whatever one you want to join.
So here's the home
Like
screen.
I did the corporate overview, the registration.
So Mark, go to the bottom there where it has like, it looks like a calendar.
Yeah,
It's the second icon.
thank you, all sessions, great. So guys, let's do this together. So everybody's got the app, right? Excellent. Go to the calendar icon at the bottom. Look, now I get to pretend I know all this. Just
Oh, Mark.
the calendar icon at the bottom and click on that and then choose all sessions. And we'll just edit out all the other stuff, right? I look like a pro. In all seriousness, though, go to all sessions. And then guys, if you want to text me individually, if you're new and you want some advice on what to do, definitely you want to do that cook master manager meeting. That's
Corporate.
for our hierarchy, right? For the cook group. So that's going to look a lot more like the Orlando events that we did last year, right? Only probably twice the size at this point because we're growing so fast. And then it looks like you got lunch, general session, guys. That means we're all in the ballroom or wherever, and you're getting your goods from people on stage. The founders will welcome everybody, all that good stuff. So we're in there the whole day. That's all you need to do for Thursday. And then Friday, that's where all those breakout sessions are, correct, guys?
Yeah.
Accelerate, achieve, activate, right? So whatever level you're at, right? I think if you're brand new, you probably want to sign up for that activate your first 90 days, right? Randy, you're on the fence. I do either activate your first 90 days or accelerate keys to becoming a key leader. You're really just right on the cusp.
I did accelerate.
Okay. Nice. Look at you. Required. So there's not much to sign up for. That's it.
Unless you want to do the corporate overview on was that Wednesday or Thursday? I can't remember what day that was.
I believe it was Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
That way you get good and amped and ready for the rest of the week.
I love that. And by the way, no kidding. I mean, if you get to Colorado early, guys, it's not unusual that you might get your Uber or Lyft driver to come to a corporate overview, right? You might get that Starbucks employee to come to a corporate overview. You just never know who this is right for. And now going all the way back full circle as you guys navigate that, let me know if you have any questions. If you're new, I tangent. It's just a thing. Randy mentioned that previous worker of his is now in the cook hierarchy. Awesome. He's with Symmetry. The downside is he's not Randy's agent. Somebody else hired him. So I have a story like that too. Marty Valor of the Valor Agency under Ben Sifapur is a very successful agency owner here. He's got some very successful agents on his team that are building. Dan Barnes just became an AO, really rocking it. Well, I knew Marty, when I was about, how old were we when we did that Texas trip? Who cares? Probably like 19 or 20, 21, something like that. 21, 22. Marty was a little brother of a friend of ours we used to lift weights with. And they moved to Texas. So we all went to Texas to visit them. And that's where I met Marty, 14 years old. And we just made fun of him because he was 14 years old and we weren't. So that was it, right? Love the Valors, love Marty. We all been in touch for years. And he ended up getting a health food store to franchise from one of my buddies. And he ran that health food store for probably 10 years and we all kept in touch. Then all of a sudden my friend called me the guy that owns the health food stores, right? And he was a little upset. He goes, Newbauer, did you just recruit Marty's in Symmetry? Did you recruit him? I was like, why? What's up? He's like, well, he's selling his store. He's getting rid of his store. He goes, well, now I don't have a franchise in Texas. You know, he's just blowing up everything. I said, buddy, I have no idea what you're talking about. So I reach out to Marty and he's like, you're in Symmetry? And I was like, yeah, are you in Symmetry? He goes, yeah, a guy I play poker with, Ben Sifapur. Kept bugging me about it, and I finally saw the light, and I'm here and strong. So here's somebody that I've known, guys, for, gosh, at this point, over 20 years, right? He's in my network. I know he's got a great work ethic. He's got, you know, just a great guy all around. I never thought to ask him about Symmetry. Why? Because he's running a health food store. What I didn't know was that he was just treading water, doing everything he could to keep that thing alive there, right? What I didn't know was he was trading time for money. When you run a health kick store, they're great stores, by the way. I managed one for my buddy when he first started out. But when you run a store, you know, you're in there at you know, around 9 a.m. and you're there till 6:30. Whether you like it or not, that's just a full day schedule of running the store. And if you're really running the store like he was, who knows what else you got to do. So anyway, point is, here's someone I knew all my life. Here's somebody Randy's known for a good amount of time. Good worker, hard worker. Now Randy actually thought to call his guy, didn't have his number, but I didn't even think to call Marty, right? So it's just become a running joke between Chris Cook and Ben Sifapur, who happen to be friends, that me and Marty are not on the same team, right? Because I never thought to bring this opportunity to Marty. So just like we preach, when you're in the home, don't shop with your wallet, right? You're helping them. You don't know if $200 a month is too much for them or just right? At the same thing, you don't know where anybody in your circle really is until you show them an opportunity, right? I would have never thought, like when me and Nathan talked, again, we were talking about something totally outside of this. He's, you know, did drumline with Pierce, all this stuff, just would have never made the connection. But thankfully, I've learned my lesson from Marty Valor, and I talk about Symmetry with anybody and everybody. For some, it's a great thing. For others, no thanks. Great. I don't bring it up. It doesn't hurt to share the plan, guys. That's why we call it sharing the plan. It's not called shoving the plan, right? STP doesn't stand for shove the plan or push people or, you know, lose friends over it, right? And this isn't an MLM where you're like, well, switch soaps, you know, switch lotions. Well, you use lotion anyway, right? The survey always says you use it anyway, right? Yeah, but I don't pay shipping and these fees and this and that, right? Like most MLMs make you do. This is a real deal business opportunity. The industry's been around for at least a couple hundred years. And we're partnered with A-rated carriers, some of which have been around, National Life Group, for instance, since the Civil War, and they paid a dividend every year since. So we're in a truly recession-proof industry. So much so that when times are bad, our business is actually better because we're really helping people that have finally woke up and said, oh my gosh, I don't have my retirement set. If I die tomorrow, my family is, you know, pretty much screwed. So that's what we do here. That's why we love it. That's why we share the plan, because somebody, the right people, are going to recognize the business model we have. What many people may not recognize until they start doing it is how tough it is, right? This is a tough business, guys. It's in the beginning. Just like reading 10 pages, if you've never read a book before, it's tough, right? But you can do it. It sounds silly if you say out loud, I can't read 10 pages a day. But how many of you are actually reading 10 pages a day, right? And I'm talking to myself as well. I didn't read yesterday. I'm going to admit it. I didn't read yesterday, but I am doubling up on my reading today. So I'm going to make it right. So the point is, yes, Mohammed.
Hey, Mark. Listen, I know a lot of the people may not get there until Wednesday. I'm getting there Wednesday morning, like I think 10 o'clock Denver time.
Yeah.
But my hotel check-in is not until 4 p.m. Is there anything we're doing in the afternoon? Because I've never been to Denver. I might just be roaming until 4 p.m.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, Mohammed. Can I jump in here, Mark? Is that okay?
Sure.
Sure. And then I've got a few words. Go for it.
Okay, so one of the things that we're doing is anyone that's going to be at conference, we've created a WhatsApp group. So I know my team is already on it, and we're going to get anyone from Mark's space as well. If you're going to be at conference, we're just going to create that, and so we'll have some kind of activities that we as a group, are going to, and it's not mandatory or anything like that, but that way you kind of know, where people are, who to connect with. So like Muhammad, if you get in early, just, hey, I'm here, where are you guys at? Or what are people doing? And so we'll also post like, hey, if we're going to go to this place for dinner or this place for lunch or things like that, then we can, all be there together. And again, it's not mandatory or you're not required to, but we just don't want anybody to feel alone. Everybody's welcome, basically.
All right. That works.
And then I noticed there is, I just wanted to make sure we mention it, Mark, like there is the welcome reception. They said at 7:00 on the Wednesday night. So just want to make sure that's something that we're all there and welcome, greeting and associating. That'll be a really great way to start off, kick off the conference.
That's going to be awesome. That's Thursday night, right?
No, that's Wednesday night.
I'm sorry. Lucky Strike is Wednesday night?
No. Okay, no. So that's Wednesday night is a welcome reception, like the whole all of Quility. If you see it in your Quility event app. Yeah, so it'll be from 7 to 9. So what we'll probably do on Wednesday, at least this was just what I was kind of thinking, is we'll do kind of like a brunch, kind of, later morning brunch, and then we'll do like a dinner before the welcome reception. And then we can all go together and, just be able to meet people and all that fun stuff. And then Thursday, I'll let you talk about Lucky Strike, Mark.
Okay, real quick. On Wednesday, so Mo, when you get there, 1:00 registration's open. So you'll be standing in line a little bit, getting registered, right? And I get the check-in is at 4, but I used to work in the hotel industry. That's how I helped my parents put me through college, right? So Ritz-Carlton, Hyatt, Hilton, you name it, I probably did it. Bellboy, doorman, front desk. So anyway, nice thing about hotels, guys, is they will work with you. If you show up early and let them know you're there and that you really like to just settle in, they will most likely get you in a lot earlier than 4:00. As long as they've got a room clean, they'll get you in. No problem. So mention that for sure. But I would just make and you can always tip a bellboy to hold your luggage, guys, if you don't want to be dragging your luggage around everywhere. Give a bellman, go to the bell stand, ask them if you can store your bags, give them $10 and they'll wrap it with the tag and you can get it a couple hours later. Outside of that though, the registration is, I don't know how long you'll have to wait in line, but I imagine a lot of people will be there. So and it's from 1 to 9, so I don't think it's going to be a big line, but that's the first thing you want to do. And then Betsy, thank you, has a few things planned Wednesday. I'm not landing until about 12:30 Wednesday. So getting luggage, all that, I probably won't be to the hotel until about 1:32 by the time I get settled in. I too am going to ask for an early check-in, Mohammed. Maybe we can hook up. Sounds like we're getting there around the same time. And what I'm going to do is forward conference attendee phone numbers to the admins. Betsy's been kind enough to suggest we have a WhatsApp room. So if everybody, if you don't have WhatsApp, please download it and get registered. It's a free app, but it's a great app that you can just create a group chat on, right? That I'll get all of you guys in on. So we can say, hey, we're going over here now, or hey, if anybody wants Italian, we're going over here, right? I will say it's going to be run and gun, right? When you're at conference, you have no time for anything. So that's why some people are coming a day or two early. Some people are staying a day or 2 or 3 after. I know Val Zarn will be snowboarding, stuff like that, right? You can really explore Denver before and after. And evening time is a great way to get a nice dinner or huddle or things like that. But for the most part, you're going to be behind closed doors, learning, right? Getting poured into and making sure that you come out of there with everything you need to know to make a 6-figure and beyond business right off the bat. So that's what I'm excited about. But Thursday night, Val, Betsy, and I went in on getting a couple lanes at Lucky Strike. It's a really nice high-end bowling alley. If you've never been to a Lucky Strike, it's about the nicest bowling alley you'll ever see.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Oh, they are nice.
Yeah, in DC.
we
Yeah.
started- What's that?
I said they have one here in DC.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we used to have one in LA I went to all the time. It was beautiful. So we're going to go to Lucky Strike Thursday night after, conference and all that. Thankfully, Joe, Jeff, and Jordan also went in on a couple lanes. They've got about, I don't know, I think 40, 50 people. We'll probably have about 40, 50 people. So it's going to be just a bunch of us from the Newbauer, Zarn, and Gillum agencies. Just having a good time at Lucky Strike. So everybody is invited. We are taking care of the shoes, the bowling, and some light apps, right? Some light appetizers. Rest is up to you guys, eat and drink to your heart's content, but we'll make sure there's a little bit there and pay for the game and the shoes so we can all associate freely. Going to be a great time.
I might have to graduate from bumpers. It might be the day. Might be the day.
We can always turn the bumpers on. Or maybe you and I'll head over to Dave & Buster's for a few nights beforehand and practice.
Go to the bag.
Hey, most importantly, who's dressing up on Friday? Mark, are you picking the 60s or the 70s?
Wait, did they announce decade? I thought they got rid of the outfits.
They actually
did.
got
They said you
rid
could.
of it.
They said you could dress up still. My wife and I had it all planned out, so now I don't know what we're doing.
Oh,
You know what I was gonna do? I don't think I am just because of planning. But now, if it was official, I mean, guys, when they had a prom theme, I dressed as Carrie, right? I wore a dress and I had blood all over. When they did, and I was the only one. Everyone else actually wore prom attire, so I don't know how that went over. And every year, I just love when they do the themes. It's too bad they're not doing it because when they mentioned decades, what I was gonna do was the 60s, and I was gonna come in some overalls and like a dirty shirt and some trousers, as they used to call them, because my decade was going to be the 1860s. So when people walked up to me, right? Everybody always loved just saying the 60s. Well, was it the 1960s? So anyway, I digress. I don't think I'm going to do it this year, but hopefully they themify it next time, and that's what we'll do.
no, I was going to do the 50s. I was looking forward to it. With my little dress, 1950s, yes.
Nice, I love it.
but I did appreciate that because I was already thinking, like, all right, I got to get my heels out, got to get all my stuff. But saying be comfortable, wear comfortable shoes makes me feel a little better. Maybe I won't wear my spikes.
So are you coming in jorts then, Mark? You wearing jorts?
Definitely. What else is there? I had to walk in heels when I was Carrie too. I don't miss wearing heels. Let's put it that way. That was a tough night. So guys, I think that's really all. Bill Carey, I'd love to welcome you. I see you, I want to say down there because you're at the bottom of my screen, but you might be up on somebody else's. But Bill, welcome. I don't think we've had the pleasure of meeting. I'm Mark, Newbauer Agency Director, and I'd love to hear a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm in Tampa, and I understand we have some interest in the media entertainment world that we both share. So we'll talk about that offline at some point.
Oh, that's
but I've spent a career in local news and running television stations. And I got my license originally in 2016, practicing telesales actually early on. So I'm interested in rejoining that. I spent the last month or so getting back up to speed with my C and E&O and all that good stuff. So I'm looking forward. I have a family vacation that I'm bumping into right around the time of the convention that you guys are talking about. But after that, I'm looking to come out of the gate swinging.
That's excellent. Well, Bill, welcome. And yeah, I did hear we have some solid media stuff in common. So looking forward to talking to you about that. Very cool. And were you on Monday's orientation or will you be on tomorrow's orientation?
I was on Monday evening.
Excellent. I'm sorry I missed it, guys. My son had orientation for middle school. He went into 7th grade, so it's a new school, new everything. So I had to miss Monday's orientation, but welcome, Bill. Nathan, we're going to meet you.
Betsy did a great job. So
Oh,
Thanks,
she
Bill.
always does. She does it in half the time as me. Believe it or not, are you guys shocked? Nathan, I introduced you a little bit, but tell us a little bit about yourself and you know why this looked appealing to you. What do you hope to get out of it?
I'm 20, currently going to ASU for an IT major. As I said, Mark and I just random by chance meeting. Like it was so crazy. I was trying to start a business with Amazon with a friend group of mine, and then someone goes, "Hey, my dad's also doing Amazon. You should get in touch with him." It's just like, all right, send me the info. I get the info. It's like, is this Mark? Yes, it is. It's like, hey, let's talk. And then he mentions, this group. And I'm just like, that sounds like a plan. And it's like, Mark, I'll make you a deal. If you help me get all signed up and all situated, I'll be like one of your best agents that you ever had. And it's just like, all right, let's do it. So my background so far, I've been a lifeguard, I've been a janitor, I'm currently a food runner / server. So hospitality and customer service are all things that I'm prompt at. So I'll be carrying that into this industry, and I'm happy to get started.
Wow, that's exciting. I always tell people, first of all, I'm just my past self is envious of you, because I always say I wish I had this opportunity when I was in my 20s, but I probably did. It just wasn't mature enough to recognize it, something like it, right? And so I always am so impressed, especially with people in their 20s. I mean, you don't have to have a high school degree, a college degree. You just have to be 18, right? No felonies, and willing to work hard and lead to be successful. Lead your business from the heart, right? Care about who you're working for, which is the families, right? Other than that, you don't work for anybody but yourself, and that your level of activity is determined by you. I think we could all, guys, one thing I really hope to encourage is you guys really start plugging into leadership outside of our meetings like never before. Those dial teams, the huddles, right? We've got some real power players. I mean, things that Jeff Billman and these guys are doing. Real quick though, back to you, Nathan, before I get to that. Elijah Crujo, great example. He also started, you'll meet him, he's in our group, when he was 20 years old. He was a junior in college. He was helping his parents with their coffee shop, and at the same time working part-time here. You can work full-time, part-time, you just can't work sometime, right? So he was consistent, part-time, and I believe he did over 100,000 in his first year, part-time. And it's not unusual for Elijah to be turning in $10,000 weeks. Here he is, what 3 years later, I think, Elijah. So maybe on his 4th year out of college, and this is his full-time thing, him and Maggie. So there's a lot of potential here. Jordan Gillum and I started at the same time 6 years ago. I believe she and Jared were only 25 when they started, right? Now they're inching in on 30. I don't know if they made it there or not, but again, these are people in their early to mid 20s. Andrew Jimenez, youngest agency owner in the history of the company, became an agency owner when he was, I believe, 22 years old. Before that, he was living with his grandma and lifting boxes in an Amazon warehouse. And somebody he knew close to him, a mentor, said, "Andrew, you got way more talent than this. You gotta try this." And sure enough, he's there. Me too, Mohammed. Mohammed complimented you, Nathan. He says, "I like Nathan's energy already, Mark." I do too. No, it's so refreshing when we get people that are just, ready to take this on, put ego at the door. That's the biggest thing, guys, is putting your ego at the door. That's the only thing in front of most of us that's the problem. We don't want to change. We don't want to think we have to change, or we want the things around us to change so that we don't have to. Spoiler alert, they're not going to until you do, right? You've got to make the change. So we have production training coming up in 13 minutes. Math in my head, so I just want to make sure that admins, that everyone you see on this board is on the text list. Richard, let me see here. 1 second here. Okay, sorry guys, I had an emergency from the leadership text there. All right, so we can be learning how to run appointments here in about 12 minutes. Admins, if you see anybody on this Brady Bunch little screen here that you don't have phone numbers for or not on the text list, Nathan, as I understand, you did not get the text reminder. So I just want to make sure Nathan's on there. And I think everybody else is. There's Lorelei. Hi, Lorelei. Is she feeling better today? No, I'm sorry.
We had to do that magic butt paste concoction last night. It's helping, but she woke up with like a croupy cough right now. So we're actually going to the doctor after this.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Yeah,
That's
that
all
must
right.
be a lifesaver for our kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Even keeping her home and changing her instantly, it just got worse yesterday. So like,
Gosh,
is what it
I'm
is.
sorry.
Kiddos.
Feel better, sweetie. Well, everybody, we got a lot of stuff going on here. Orientations tomorrow. David Roberts says he's not on the text list. Kim, if you can grab him. And Kim, if they are on the list and you're like, why are they saying they're not? Please let me know so let's figure out the disconnect. Because I think Jessica said Nathan was on the list, but he didn't receive a text, and David is apparently not getting texts either. And I know I sent him over in the contact list. So is everything okay on that side of things, Kim?
Yeah, I just sent them the text for production training. Just want to, oh, okay, you got it.
Okay, perfect. And now they'll
Okay, and
receive
David,
text.
yes, thank you for giving me your number. I will add you.
Awesome. And is Richard Jerkins on that list as well?
Yes, he is.
Richard.
Yes, he is. Mhm.
Okay, thank you. And I imagine, some of these people that say they aren't getting texts, I know on my text, sometimes I have to go to filters and click on all messages to see those unknown senders. So, but once you reply to them once or twice, they're no longer
Yeah, then they're no longer.
unknown. Exactly.
Hey, question on the WhatsApp. What's the group name? I just downloaded. I've never used it before, so this will be interesting. Probably have to have my
The
son
group
show me
name
how.
is the group name. What did I call it? Reimagine Connection. That's it.
And
Nice.
do you just do like a search for it?
Let
No,
me
we'll
see.
have to invite you. So
okay.
Betsy's team will add you to the chat thread.
Here, let me
Yeah.
do this. Randy, I'm just going to put the link right here in Zoom. So if you're going to be at conference, then just add yourself through there. Here, Randy, I can chat it to you as well.
Well, that says ask me to download it on the computer now.
Yeah, here, I'll just send it to your phone.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Okay, awesome. Yeah, just let me know when you're in and we'll. Okay, great. Just make sure you got your name on it too so that everybody knows who you are.
And that text, there's going to be a text message for production training. When does that come out? Oh, you already did it, 9:45. We're all just sitting here quietly. This is like
Finally
when
getting our,
you're
our
like with family, and then all of a sudden everybody's just on their cell phone. All right, guys. Just dwindles off. So I guess that's the end of the meeting. Let's end on a high note. I can't wait to see everybody at conference. Please call me if you need anything. And Angie, let Anna and Amanda know we've got another Phoenician here on the team, Nathan Lavacek. Nathan, as I tell Angie, and guys, if we want to get together and plan something at conference, like we're all in Phoenix, right? I'd love to see you guys recruit a few more Phoenicians. I don't mind putting up for an office that we can all be in, as long as I know we have some permanent players that are going to make use of the office, that are going to have dial teams, right? You guys can dial together. And Nathan, as Angie knows, I'm not at my office at like evenings and weekends. So if you ever want to come and just have a place away, it looks like you got a great space there, but if you guys ever want to like team up and do some dials, you're welcome to use my office, just to kind of have a separate place for it. Mohammed understood. He jumped off for an appointment. Great job. Great job. Everybody.
All right, I gotta go too.
Bye,
Thanks,
Betsy. Get to training in 6 minutes. More importantly, double up on activity. You're going to be gone for 3 or 4 days. That's like missing a whole week unless you plan for it. So make this week your week, and I'd make Sunday, Monday, Tuesday your next week, right? Get your weeks in so that you can go to conference, relaxed, money in the bank, policies written, and on to the next. So thank you guys so much. You got the link for training. It starts in 6 minutes. Nathan, you're welcome to pop in there. It might be a little premature since you're getting into licensing, but if you want to peek in, you're welcome to. I just don't want to overwhelm you. The point is to get your license. Everybody else, get to that training. You're learning from the best. Joe Martinez is there. It's going to be some good stuff.
Mark, are they recording that? I'm taking her to the doctor, so.
Last time I asked, sorry, Mark, not to cut you off, but last time I asked, Joe said they don't record those ones. They just do them each week. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless something changed, I asked that like a few weeks ago because I had to miss it too.
Yeah. Okay. That's all right. I'll catch the next one for sure.
All right. I'll suggest some good SoundClouds. I mean, the Ashley Tar one is pitch perfect. But I'll send you some more great trainings as well. And you're going to just be blown away by the trainings at conference. So thank you guys for everything. Takes a village. Thanks for walking me through the app, and I'll see you guys next week for sure. Tomorrow, huddle up at 7:30 a.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. And we've got orientation for Nathan and some other newbies at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.